Hey guys, and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be talking about the new Chanel Spring 2022 La Comete makeup collection, and I'm going to show you close-ups and swatches in natural light, and then I'm going to apply everything on my face, and then I'm going to show you some comparison swatches. So let's go ahead and get started. If you're new here and you love Chanel and luxury beauty, be sure to hit that subscribe button now. I would love to have you as part of this lovely beauty community that we have here. Everything arrived a little bit early than expected, and in this beautiful festive packaging, which, to be honest, it just makes me feel so happy. Now let's go ahead, and I want to show you everything in natural light. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I was very excited about the new La Comete makeup collection by Chanel, because this is a collection that is inspired by the first and only hot jewelry makeup collection created by Coco Mademoiselle herself back in 1932, and these pieces are absolutely gorgeous. Now this collection is going to be a huge surprise because actually it consists of two blushes and limited edition lipsticks. I still don't have the lipsticks because when I was purchasing the blushes, the lipsticks were still not available for purchase on the website. So that's why this is my first order that is arriving today. And the reason why I think this collection is going to be a big surprise is because one of the blushes, the paler one, Peche Cosmique, is actually, I think, is going to perform more like a highlighter. I still haven't tried it on my face, but yesterday I played with the palettes, I swatched them, and I wanted to take as much footage as possible because I always like to show you the products as they look in real life and in natural light. So that's why I always keep changing my setting. I always like to film sometimes on the terrace, sometimes in front of a window, of a big window that I have, because I just want to make sure that you're seeing the products exactly as they are in real life. So in that connection, I would suggest you to watch this video in HD and preferably on your computer, desktop or a laptop, not on your phone, because that's how you're going to really be able to see the little details here, because I put a lot of effort when I'm filming the products and I always check if they look as they look in real life. Okay, so you're seeing right now the two blushes. Now I've already swatched them, but I made sure to keep this beautiful design here because I just wanted to show you before I start applying it on my face. I just wanted to show you how interesting the design is. So here you have a star and you have the CC logo of Chanel, and the packaging and the whole embossing is very interesting because I don't know if you can notice. You're going to be able to notice now because I made sure to film this. So when you look at the powder, you're going to see the star, and when you look in the mirror, you're going to be able to see the CC sign of Chanel. This is very interesting, and at first when I saw the promo photos and when I saw photos on Chanel's website, I thought this might be some kind of a mistake because what you see on the mirror is not what you see on the powder, but this is actually because of the embossing. This here is overspray, and as soon as I swipe it with my brush, it's going to disappear, sadly. I wish it was all throughout the powder. I wish this was not an overspray, but it is an overspray. So I would say that these are actually collectible pieces, just like the Tissé Cambon compact powder, which I purchased one to use for myself, and then I purchased one just to keep, and I wanted to use it because of the beautiful embossing, because of the beautiful details in the design. Now I'm not sure here if I'm going to purchase another one just because there are so many new releases, and still I have to take into consideration my budget. I prefer to buy more products, but this one, if you're a Chanel lover, this could be a collectible piece, and it's all up to you. And now, just before I start applying the blush on my face, I just wanted to show you the brush that comes inside. I'm very happy with the quality of these brushes, and I actually use them when I am traveling because they are very handy when you travel. It's a very, very high quality brush. So this is not like the sponge applicators for the eyeshadows, but I have to say that even the sponge applicators of Chanel are very high quality, and I use them when I'm traveling because they are velvety. They are not like the usual, that they're not like most of the sponge applicators that you're going to receive. So this brush is a great touch, and it's a brush that actually you can use, and I'm going to use actually now this brush just so that you can see how it works. Now I'm very happy that the powder comes in this beautiful velvety case. You all know about these cases, and then the brush comes in a separate little velvet case. Now I love these cases. Dior stopped putting their eyeshadow palettes in those velvet cases. And I'm not happy about that, because since this is a luxury product, I know that most of you don't like those little velvet cases, but I love them because when I'm traveling, I can just put the eyeshadow palette or any other palette or blush palettes, I just put them in their velvet cases and they're protected. Otherwise, they might accidentally open in your makeup bag, and if you're carrying a lot of makeup products, your makeup products might get damaged. And then also the brush, I'm very happy that the brush comes in its own little case, because again, I can put it here and it's not going to get ruined in case I decide to travel. So this is a really, really nice touch from Chanel. Okay, enough with the talking, let's go ahead and start. You're probably already tired of me talking and you're saying like, Angela, shut up and just start applying it. We want to see it already. Okay, I'm gonna start now, and I'm starting to use this brush just on purpose because I want to show you how gorgeous the brush is. I'm gonna be using this on my face for the first time. I swatched it yesterday, I played with it. I just want to show you how much product I pick. So it's the blushes have very soft velvety texture. It is a little bit powdery, but not too much. And I suppose that this one, it's advertised as a blush, but I suppose that it's going to be like a highlighter. So I'm just going to go ahead, start building the color here. Now the design is still not ruined. I'm so happy. So happy that the design is still there. The star is still there and the CC. So the design is not ruined right away. Yes, this is a highlighter, guys. So I just want to show you how powdery it is. So there is a little bit of kick out here. So it's it's quite soft. The powder to the touch is quite soft. Okay, can you see the glow here? I love it. Now, just one thing, it is a highlighter, apparently. This cannot be a blush. It is a gorgeous, very natural looking, very Chanel kind of highlighter, which is there but not there. This is exactly what I want. This is exactly what I need for my skin, because I like when my makeup is quite invisible. So if you're a Chanel lover and you like this kind of a no makeup look, I think this is going to be beautiful. It's perfect. Gosh, I'm emphasizing this beautiful, but keep in mind that the reason why I'm showing you all products in natural light and close-ups and swatches is so that you can decide for yourself if a product is right for you or not. Apparently, I'm a huge Chanel lover. I'm always going to be very excited when Chanel releases a new collection. And I love both of these blushes so far. But I just want to show you. So here is the glow. Now, I think this might be the most beautiful highlighter, one of the most beautiful highlighters that I have in my collection. Look at this gorgeous glow. It just looks so incredibly natural. Let me go ahead and apply a little bit here. Now, I think that if you have dry skin, actually, you can go ahead and apply this very lightly all over your face so that you can get this really angelic glow, because if you don't build up the color like I did here, it's not going to be that shiny, and it's just going to give your skin this really beautiful polished look. So I think that you can use this also as all over the face powder if you have dry skin, or let's say if you have mature skin. I think this is going to be beautiful because it's not going to emphasize fine lines, wrinkles. It's not going to emphasize texture on the skin, because the highlight here is so iridescent, almost angelic, I would say. Now let's go ahead and try also the coral one. It's this one. And now again, just for the purpose of the demo, I'm going to be using the other brush that came here, just so that you can see what you can get from these brushes. Again, the texture here, it is a little bit powdery, but it's almost like a satin powder finish. You can see that immediately after swiping the brush, I can get enough product. And the design is still here, yay! It's so lovely that we still have the beautiful design. So it's not going to go away right away, like I was thinking, because when I was swatching the colors, I was just swatching right here and here and here, so that to make sure that I'm gonna keep the design for a little bit longer. But apparently, ooh, this is pigmented. Okay, so I have to be light-handed with this one. But it's so fresh. This color is somewhere in the middle between a peachy and the pink. Attention here, this one is so pigmented, you only need a little bit, not as much as I applied right here, because it's going to be hard to blend. Now, because it is powdery, keep in mind that if you don't have powder on your face, it's best to use not this kind of brush. But if you don't have a lot of powder on your face, it's best to use like this kind of a big fluffy brush, because it's going to be easier to, this one is a clean brush, it doesn't have anything. I'm just trying to kind of fix the mess that I just did. This I think is going to be one of my favorite blushes because it's just so fresh. And so now here we have Peche Cosmique. And here we have very lightly Corail Etoile, super lightly. Just one swipe is enough. Okay guys, so I applied a little bit too much here, but still I just want you to be able to see for real what is the color. And now this highlight here, it's absolutely stunning. I love it. Now let's go ahead, and I just want to apply a little bit of blush right here, and then I'm going to apply a little bit of the Peche Cosmique here, so that I have both highlighter and a blush, because apparently these two products, I'm going to use them as highlighter and as a blush. I think that Chanel this year did an amazing job with their spring makeup collections. You know that we have one La Pausa makeup, the La Pausa makeup collection, and I already showed you the eyeshadow palette from this makeup collection. I'm wearing the Mediterranean eyeshadow palette from the spring makeup collection on my eyes today. Look how much color I pick. This is just when I touch the blush. So this one is really, really intense. You have to be light-handed. But the best thing here is that I think it's going to show up beautifully on so many different skin tones. So I'm getting my first brush, and I want to apply a little bit of the highlighter right here. I love this kind of highlighters that are there but not there. They just make the skin look very cared for, very polished, but they don't have big glitters. So you probably noticed that when I swatched the peachy blush, this one here, when I swatched the pale peachy blush on my arm, you probably noticed that it's barely visible on my arm. And this is because my arm is not moisturized when I'm doing the swatches. And this is exactly what I like about a good highlighter that doesn't emphasize pores, fine lines, that it's almost invisible. So it's visible only when you applied it on your high points of the cheeks. And let's say if you just tilt your head like this, it just creates this kind of a magic around the skin. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Here the blush is a little bit more intense. It is on purpose because I don't want to tone the blush down. I just want you to be able to see how it builds up. And I can build it up a lot more than that. So this blush, the coral blush, I think it can work on all skin tones. Even if you have deep, very deep tan skin tone, I think it's going to appear beautifully because it is so intense, so pigmented, so gorgeous. Okay, so now let's go ahead and have a look at some comparison swatches. And these are all of the blushes that I think could be interesting to you and could possibly have some similarities to these two new La Comete blushes by Chanel. Let's go ahead and start with this one, which I think a lot of you are going to be interested. And this one used to be a blush and highlighting duo from last year, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go ahead and see. So this one has a highlighter and a blush, and I think that it's going to be quite similar to this new blushes. And I think it's actually quite similar. So here we have the blush and here we have the highlighter. So the highlighter is a little bit more pinkish. So this highlighter is definitely a little bit more pinkish than this one here. And then the blush is a little bit more peachy, I would say a little bit more orangey. The new La Comete blush definitely has more pink in it compared to this one. But overall, if you have this palette and you don't want to spend on the new blushes, you might skip them. Okay, I just want to give you a better swatch and better angle. So I'm hoping that you can see better now the colors at a better angle. The next blush that I want to swatch is this one. It's by Shiseido and this one is 01 Sonoya, and I think it's going to be similar to the Comete Coral shade. Look at the similarities in the pan. Just going to go ahead and swatch this here. So I'm always going to be cleaning my hand so that you can get a clear idea how the blushes look side by side. And I think that Sonoya definitely is a little bit more bright and has a little bit more pink. Next one that I'm going to be swatching is by Tom Ford, and as you can see, this one is destroyed basically, and this is the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminating number 04 Cherry Blaze. Unfortunately, I destroyed this one when I was swatching it because I always keep moving my setting when I'm doing the swatches because I want to always do my best and give you the best possible lighting and the best possible swatches. So that's why I constantly keep moving my setting. So this is the Tom Ford blush swatch, then this is the darker shade and the paler shade. Now the Tom Ford blush is completely matte, whereas the new Chanel La Comete blushes are luminous. They have some luminosity. As you can see, this color actually is quite close to this one. So the Tom Ford blushes, I need to swatch them 5 or 6 times to get this amount of color. It's not the same thing when I start applying them on my face. When I start applying the Tom Ford blushes on my face, they build up very easily and they appear quite pigmented, but when I'm swatching them on my hand, on my arm, they don't appear as pigmented. That's probably because I don't moisturize my arm before the swatches, but if I moisturize my arm, it's going to interfere with the colors. So just keep that in mind. I build up the color so that you can see the amount of similarity, but I think that they are quite similar. And of course, the pale shade here is not similar to this one. This is basically like a highlighter when I swatch it. Next, I suppose that a lot of you might be interested in these two products. This one used to be a holiday highlighter, a limited edition, and this one is in Metal Peach. And this one used to be a Leblanc makeup collection from last year, and this is the Pearl highlighter. And let's go ahead and swatch this one. This is the Pearl highlighter. I'm going to swatch it next to. I'm going to swatch it here, and as you can see, this one, the Pearl highlighter, is a lot more shiny. It's basically like a classic highlighter. Whereas Peche Cosmique is a lot more subtle. It's not like a typical highlighter. Now let me go ahead and swatch also this one. This is from 2 years ago. Used to be a holiday blush. It used to be a holiday highlighter. And as you can see, they're not the same. Next, I want to go ahead and show you one of the Dior Backstage blushes, and this is the, what should we call it? This is the 004 Coral, and I want to swatch it here close to the coral. As you can see, the Dior blush is matte, completely matte, and it's a lot more powdery and definitely is very orange compared to the La Comete blush. And then the last one that I want to compare is this. This is the Chain Blush from Chanel. This is actually illuminating blush powder, and it used to be a holiday collection by Chanel. This one doesn't have anything to do with the Comete blushes, but still I wanted to swatch it because just to let you know how it looks. Now I want to share with you my final thoughts on the new Chanel Spring 2022 La Comete makeup collection, and actually more specifically the blushes. I'm going to review the lipsticks after I receive my purchase, but about the blushes, I like both of them. However, keep in mind that I'm a Chanel lover, and as I said in the beginning of this video, the reason why I like to give you close-ups and swatches in natural light, and I like to take my time when I film the products and when I film close-ups of the products, is so that you can make an informed decision for yourself. Do you need this product in your makeup collection or not? Overall, I love both of the blushes and I'm very, very happy with my purchase. Now, overall, these two blushes are quite similar, but not the same. But they are quite similar to the Fleur de Printemps, which used to be a limited edition spring makeup collection. This is one of my favorite compacts of Chanel. It contains a highlighter and a blush, and these two palettes are quite similar to this compact. If you already have this compact, you might as well skip these two palettes because the effect that you're going to get on the skin is very similar. For me personally, this purchase was justified. First of all, this is a limited edition Chanel makeup collection, and I always like to have the beautiful pieces from the limited edition collections. I find them that they are quite unique and very beautiful, and I find that they sell out quite quickly and they never come back. So that's why for me this is a justified purchase, because I know that I absolutely adore this beautiful highlight that is going on my face. This is exactly the kind of highlighter that I love to have in my collection. The kind of highlighter that gives this je ne sais quoi to my skin. And I know I'm going to be using it a lot. I know that this is not a product that I'm going to keep in my drawer. This is not just a product that I purchased for review, but I know that I'm going to be enjoying these two blushes all the time, and I'm going to be using them all the time. Now, whether you should buy those two products or not, it's all up to you. Have a look at your makeup collection, decide for yourself, are you going to use these products or not? But one thing to note is that if you think that this is a blush, this is definitely not going to be a blush. I have very fair complexion, and this is definitely a highlighter on me. I can't use it as a blush. And you can see that it really gives this very gorgeous effect on the skin, which is going to be visible once the light hits your face, but it's not going to be like the typical highlighters that you literally shine and it bounces back the light. No, it's not this kind of highlighter. So this is just one thing that you have to keep in mind. This is a highlighter and this is a blush, and it's a typical gorgeous coral shade that has the right amount of pink, but it's not too pink. It is just the right amount of pink, in my opinion, to give the skin this very fresh, youthful glow and to suit so many skin tones. Okay guys, so that was all for today's video. Overall, I'm very happy with my purchase. Please be sure to subscribe because I have a lot of new products coming very soon that I want to review, and I'm going to be sharing them with you. Also, if you try any of those blushes, be sure to leave us a comment and let us know, do you like them or not, because this is going to be useful for our whole community. We have so many amazing luxury experts here. We have makeup artists, we have so many luxury lovers and makeup lovers here. So be sure to leave me your comment. Be sure to let me know how these blushes worked on your skin tone, and also let us know what skin tone you have, because I think that these products are going to be universally flattering, but I may be wrong as well. And check out also the comment section to this video, because very often I get amazing comments from you and I get amazing suggestions from you. So thank you so much for your time. I always appreciate your time so much. When you choose to watch my videos, it means so much to me. I hope to see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.